One of the co-founders of Citoyens, which is a PMO in France, parliamentary monitoring organization, who does mainly nodéputé.fr. We have the cousin website, which is called nosénateur.fr for the Senate. This is for the National Assembly. And so basically, the website's idea is that we are basically monitoring MPs. And so you got the MP of the day, and on the home you also have a way to find your MP. So you can type, for example, his first name, or I don't know, your postal code. Let's say that's my postal code, and so you just enter, and it's searching, and apparently there's 2 for this postal code. And so yeah, that's just the basics. On the homepage you also have a very...
You don't have room, but you should.
Nope, I don't. Thank you. So you also have a small graph that shows figures. You can see the number of MPs, the number of interventions, amendments, propositions, and questions. All of these ordered by groups. So you can see that the right was at the majority in the parliament, but it doesn't mean they were speaking more than the other. Actually, the time was pretty much shared between left and right. But the opposition proposes a lot more amendments, which makes sense, and they propose a lot less laws when actually the majority does it. Here you have a tag cloud, so you can see which are the words that are being used actually in the parliament. So that's something that's really bad actually, is when you click, it's just it's actually better than it used to be. Okay, so you have a list of all the interventions that use this. It's not the best. We now have a very stronger search tool, so it's using Solar, maybe you know. So basically you type whatever, I don't know, open data, let's say. And alright, so you have a timeline, so you can try to see only the results for this period of time.
Nice.
So it's updating, it's a little bit slower. You can filter by if you want only the questions, only the ones that come from this MP in particular, or you have other tag clouds corresponding to the words that you're looking for. You can also, if that's something that you're interested in and you want to follow it, you can follow the results by RSS or by email alert. Okay. So you get all of that is just being done with Solar. It's just a use of Solar. It was actually built on top of the original website. We just built this research engine afterwards.
That's nice.
But let's get back to the home and let's go see one MP in particular. So here's what we propose as a page for an MP.
You flipped his image.
So you have a title, you have his picture. We add this small icon with the color of the party, so that we see the party on the picture.
How many parties do you have?
Actually, it's not parties. It's groups. It's political groups, and the parliament limits. You can only create a group if you have at least 15 members. So there's like a lot of MPs who have no group. They're just like grey, and there's only like I think 5 groups. But so we propose. So there's the title, the picture, this graph that shows the activity of the MP from the entire legislature. So you have 3 different values. In red, you can see whenever you see the attendance, how much present he was.
Yes.
In yellow, you see whenever he was present, but he also talked. So you see that this guy talks a lot. He was president of the group, so that makes sense. And in green, you see it's just an indicator that he was very active on this specific moment, because that's actually 10,000 words. So that means that there was obviously a subject that he was very interested in at this moment, because he spoke a lot. You see also at the back a grey shade, which is actually the average attendance value for all MPs. So you can actually compare to the others. If I try to go to see another one, let's say this one, which is a very bad example. Here. So now the grey shade, you can see that. I mean, you can really compare.
Now, in the case of this MP, is that because he's just
It's not because he was sick, if that's your question.
but it's not like he has other responsibilities that means that he can't be in parliament or.
All right. So in France we have something very specific which is called how do you say that? Cumulative mandates, which means a lot of MPs are actually are also like mayors or regional councils or such.
We have that problem because many of the MPs are in government, like ministers and stuff,
which doesn't make sense.
They're
actually fighting. It's a very big political debate at the moment in France.
It doesn't make sense, and it makes it really hard to compare because if they are supposed to be, in the ministry, they want. There's a good reason for them not to be in parliament.
Of course. But so the scope that we chose is to focus only on the parliament, and then I mean, of course. They also say sometimes that they have to work in their boundaries, which in their constituency, which in my opinion is not the most important work for an MP, because if he wants to represent the interest of the people in his constituency, he has to listen to them, but then he has to repeat this at the parliament, and if he doesn't do it, he can be in the constituency, he's just holding hands to get re-elected. But
exactly,
that's it.
Kissing babies.
Exactly. So so that's the idea of this graphic. If you click on the graphic, you can have another one which is a little bit more detailed. I'm surprised it's that slow. What's happening? Bad.
Well, it's a demo.
Yeah,
it's supposed to break.
Yeah, but normally this doesn't.
We've been lucky so far.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Okay. So that's the same one. You can we propose to divide it by year, so you can have something that's more easy to read. So that's from October to next October, and so it's a little bit more visible. And we divide it. That's the global one, but we divide like plenaries and commissions. What else? Let's get back to the previous MP, because this one...
And your site is all about monitoring MPs, right? It's not about committees or legislation or...
All right, so I'll get back afterwards.
Okay.
So we also propose these figures, which are in green when it's part of the 150 first, in red when they're part of the 150 last. We don't want to make a top 10 or something like that. We just think it's interesting to know if it's in average, if it's averagely low or averagely high. And we consider it's the media's role if they want to do like indexes or classifications or these kind of things. But so that's all different indicators. That's the number of oral questions, written questions, reports, low proposals, reports, no. All right, so low proposals that he signed, low proposals that he wrote, reports, amendments that he signed, long interventions, because we realized there's a lot of MPs that are actually just doing like, yes, communist, this kind of thing, without actually participating into the debates. So we distinguish interventions that are above 20 words and below 20 words.
Interesting.
That's the number of committee meetings he attended, and that's also figures that we build. It's called the activity weeks. So it's basically the number of weeks when he was present or participated at least once in committee or plenary during the week. And I think it's one of the most representative actually, because it gives you an idea of whether your MP is actually going to the parliament. So all of those are actually, we added that for the legislative election last June. You can actually embed it anywhere. So if you want to just get the photo and I don't know, just the photo and the tag cloud, and say you want that for 150 pixels large. Yeah, you have a widget that you can embed. Nice. You have this thing, and then you just need to copy paste this thing onto your. Cool. So the idea was to let medias use it during the campaign.
And the pictures are coming from The pictures are coming from the parliament.
All the pictures we get come from the parliament. We just we play with the sides they are oriented.
Yeah, I saw that. Nice.
Just so that he's always looking at the graph and at the debates, and on the home page is always looking at the other side.
So and the tags.
This is manual. I mean, it's just we have to identify whether he's looking on the right or the left. It's just
you do it once.
But we just add this small sticker on the pictures.
Cool. So the tags, how are the tags working?
All right, so I was getting back there actually some tags. Here they are. So
this is great, by the way.
Then you have also more information on the MP, so basic information like the time of his mandate, his political group. You can click, of course, to get more details on the group, like the president, members, and such. You see, like, link to Wikipedia, the source on the National Assembly's website, his work, his website. Sometimes there's Twitter accounts or Facebook website pages. You see the committees he's part of, the main law projects he worked on. And then you can click on all of that to access to all of these elements that are being counted are actually accessible so that you can actually read them and comment them. So the idea is that since you can comment, you can actually maybe try and create a dialogue with the MPs.
Yeah.
So far it's a fail because we got like 3,000 comments, but no MP ever answered to anything.
Really?
Yeah. So then questions or
are the MPs on Facebook or stuff?
Some of them, Twitter more.
Twitter?
Yeah. So reports, law proposals. So you can, for each of them, you can click and so reports and law proposal, we just put an extract. The rest, we just say, let's go to the National Assembly's website. We cannot bring anything more to that. We get tag clouds from this. All of the others, and here you can comment. And the idea is that we try to make a commentary tool that's very simple, so that you just need to put a username and an email, and it will validate the comment as soon as you validate the answer you have. The email you're going to get, and then you have an account, and you just have to.
Yeah.
So from all the interventions in plenary and commissions, so here you get all the commentaries that he got. For all interventions we analyze them. So we do. It's a classic tag cloud. Tagging algorithm. Basically, we go through all the debates, analyze the most frequent words, remove the most frequent ones, and keep I don't remember. It's from the 15% to something. We do that for 1, 2, and 3 words. I think. Do
you choose the words that are going to be tagged?
It's we choose a list of things that we remove, but there's not that many actually. It's actually quite efficient, we're surprised, but it's not working on the new legislature website because we don't have enough data, and actually we got a lot of crap in this case. We tried and we didn't activate it because there was too much crap.
Okay.
So we're going to activate it soon, I think. Now that we are.
And do you find these that this helps make for example?
I think it's very interesting
I'm saying here,
because this guy
Libya and Libyan.
Yeah, it's true.
Ideally, it would have been one tag,
it's
right?
True. It's true. Yeah. That's something that we don't do. We don't do, and we should.
Are you using user-generated content to better kind of contextualize the content?
Not on this, no.
Okay.
No, it's really a simple algorithm, and we should probably try and improve it, change it to something. There's a lot of algorithm existing for that. So that's for the tag clouds. So like for the research, you can do the same with the MP. You can get an email whenever he's doing something.
Cool.
A lot of people register for that. It's really impressive.
Yeah.
Like, people want to know, yes, my MP proposed an amendment, I want to know that and get an email.
And the email is direct, it's immediate as soon as the data is
it's
in?
Every 40 minutes, every hour we send an email based on the index.
Cool.
So, and you can decide. You can say, I want an email once a week, once a day, once an hour. At most once a week. Also.
That's nice.
So that's for the basic things. Then So then we have, on the top, we have multiple entrants. In the FAQ, we explain everything about the data, where it comes from, what it is, what it means, and such. Then you have multiple other entrants to the website. So MPs, from the dossier, like subjects, laws, and citizens. The idea of citizens is that all the users who can comment can register on the website. We were surprised about that, but a lot of people register on the website without even commenting. Like, for example, this is one comment, but no comment, no comment, no comment, no comment, no comment. So yeah, and there's like 3,000 of them registered, and that was 2,000 commentaries on the previous legislature website. So you have a page per citizen with a little bit more detail in his comments. You can see the comments. This is about a question apparently. So why? Oh, yeah, this should disappear. So that's actually a question that had multiple comments. So that's typically an example where we think it's sad that the MPs don't read it, because in these cases it's usually very deep and argumentative commentaries. So what else? So you can access MPs by alphabetical order, typical. It's on the same page, so it's just HTML anchors. Let's get back on the top. You have access to maps. So for each department, actually it's not working. Interesting. I know what is the problem. Okay, good. I need to write that down because
bug report.
Yeah, but it's a bug that we fixed on one side and apparently not on the other. Okay. Let me just send myself an email. Fix map.
Okay, so.
Sorry, just.
No, sure. It's, this is very representative of our workflow as well.
All right. So then you get to one map, and I should probably just show you, because obviously it's broken. Because we migrated server recently, and the new server, apparently some libraries for maps didn't work on the new one, and we fixed it. But since there's two websites, apparently we fixed it only one website. So that's for one department. You have a detailed map with detailed information on the constituency, and you get your MP corresponding. Then it's basically the same thing. Then you can access MPs by tag cloud. Yes, so I'm actually surprised there are results in here, because we're on the new website and we didn't activate the tag cloud. So
it's starting to.
I have no idea where it's coming from. I think I know. It's probably from written questions which have tag clouds that are defined by the National Assembly and not by us.
I see.
So that may be the source. That's for the entire.
So do you try to follow, like, in a page like this? Because we have a page like this as well, with, in my opinion, too many tags. Do you try to look at analytics and try to see how is it being used?
We have analytics. I must say we didn't.
You didn't look at it.
We looked just at where visits come from and such, but we didn't do much analytics on the inside.
Yeah.
But I don't think I said it, but we're all volunteers. And,
same with us. It's,
we do what we can, but.
It's we have we actually have a problem now that we started to get some funding from donations and stuff, but because we're all volunteers, we're very careful not to pay some volunteers and then kind of break the whole volunteering spirit. So this is actually one of our biggest challenges now: is what should we do with the money?
We have. How much did you get?
It's getting to nice amounts. It's like,
because in our case we get a little bit of money for our project, but it's like 6,000 euros a year or so. So it's paying trips like that and servers and this. But we are not considering paying anyone so far.
I think paying for trips like that and stuff like that makes sense because it's not from.
All right, so this is one of the most popular web page. It's a synthetic view of all the figures for each MP. So you got like they're ordered alphabetically in here. You can choose to order them for one criterion.
Yeah.
We consider it's not our role to make a classification, so we don't put coefficients or anything.
Yeah.
You have all the figures, and if you want to copy paste everything, it's easy. I mean,
can you export?
You can just do that, and just at the bottom, we propose as a CSV, JSON, and XML everything. So journalists can play with it and do whatever.
So this is your API basically?
No, the API is richer actually.
Yeah.
This is just the API for these figures.
I see.
So that's, and you get a bigger graphs with more information than just the ones that are on the homepage. And that's the same figures, but on the average per political group. All right, so that's this page. Then, and Citizens I showed you. This page that we are quite proud of is just basic explanations on how you can go to the parliament and watch the debates physically. Because that's how we started being interested in the parliament, and we think it's important. And then you have the dossiers, the files, where it's actually all the subjects that are being discussed. And so let's say, for example, this one. And so you have the tag cloud for this, which is protection of identity, so it's privacy rights. You get like speaking time and number of interventions per political group on this specific field, I mean on this specific law. All the laws that are corresponding to this text, because there's multiple versions.
Okay.
All the times, all the plenary sessions that were discussing it, and the main MPs who spoke on it.
Yeah. So that's the public debate.
Yes.
It's
so
not the committee debate.
No. So the committee. That's me.
Our table just folded.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Yes.
So if you go on one debate, you get the actual debate as on the National Assembly's website, but with pictures and such. So it's more accessible, I would say. Even though it's very talkative, of course.
So this is considering the legislative process.
Yes, it's for one specific law what they discussed on it.
Okay.
And
does it say like what is the
current text of the law? Okay, so then if you go to the texts themselves, that's something that we are working on right now. Right now we just link to the document on the National Assembly's website, but we had one attempt at the beginning to do what we call the simplify the law, where we proposed some texts like completely in detail with the explanations on the text, and so you just go to one article.
And who wrote the explanations?
It's coming from the official text.
So it's an explanation that is trying to sell you the
Of course, it's
partisan.
Yeah, it's the one that came from along with the text.
Yes.
So yeah, it's true. We don't do any human work with it. But that's something that we thought was important at the beginning. Is we didn't want to add any editorial information from us inside the website. We wanted it to be completely neutral for that. So you get, that's a section where there's like 3 articles. This article was commented 8 times apparently, so that's the description of the article. Then it's divided in alinea, so it's small pieces, and you can comment individually each one. Let's say I want to comment this.
Yeah.
Then you get comments from everybody on it. What we try to do also is, I don't think it's in this example, but in this one it is. Let's say we go to this article. Bad example. All right, here. we also added the fact that there are amendments that were proposed on this specific article. And actually that 3 amendments were proposed on this one, and those 3 were adopted. And so you get the links to the amendments actually proposed to modify this article.
Interesting.
And basically that's one of the projects we're working on right now, is to try and use pretty much Git to make the law.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's.
That's very trendy right now.
It's trendy, and during your session, the session that we just had now, there was another session titled.
Yeah, but Tanguy who was presenting it.
Okay.
Actually, he was
So
presenting our other project. Yeah.
Maybe I'll need to ask him to give me a demo as well.
He left.
He left.
He left to Paris. But I mean, I can show you a simple piece, but I can send you a link to the slide.
Sounds good. Yeah, that would be great, actually.
All right, I think that's pretty much it.
So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.